So my family's gone on vacation this week, and obviously I'm here, so I have some friends who are going to be watching on Zoom, which I hope is okay. Alright, I'm just going to wait till 20 seconds. Okay, so how many of you own a coffee machine? Now, how many of you know what a macchiato is? I feel like coffee is such a common drink, but when I walk into a coffee shop, there's huge vocabulary on the menu that I don't understand. I don't know what drink I'm gonna get when I go up and order what I ask for. So I'll either sit in line and Google it on my phone and try to figure out what I'm about to order before I get up to the register, or I cross my fingers and I hope I get something good. So today, I'm going to tell you about the different drinks you can get from a coffee shop. I feel like this should be more of a common knowledge since coffee is such a popular and common drink that you can get. And so I decided to do some research so I can share what I learned with you, and so I can also know myself so I know what to get next time I go to the coffee shop. I'm going to talk about 3 different types of coffees you can get: cold brew, espresso, and iced coffee. I'm going to start off with cold brew. So cold brew is actually popular at home as well as popular at the coffee shops. Now, I am a grocery person at Target, hence the red shirt, and I see a lot of people coming through the cash registers with these big things of cold brew. Now, I'll show you a picture. So the cold brew, you can buy it, and it kind of looks like this, and it's hidden near the creamer section. And you just pour it into a cup and you drink it, and it's just nice cold coffee. So I was like, what makes this different than just putting coffee in the fridge? Well, I looked it up on the stock website, and it says that cold brew is made using cold water, where the beans are then input and left to rest for 10 to 24 hours, which I thought was kind of weird, being that you normally make coffee with hot water. So then what's the flavor profile looking like on this? So Mary Wynn from flavors.com, an editor there, she says that it lacks a natural acidity that regular coffee has, leading to a more mellow and sweeter taste. So if you drink coffee but you don't exactly like the bitterness of it, you might like a lot of cream in your coffee, this might be a better option for you because it's sweeter. And when you add your cream and your flavors to it, it can become a very sweet drink that can kind of be like a treat after you're done with what you're doing. And the typical flavors at a coffee shop, when you go, you normally don't just order a cup of cold brew, you add a flavor to it. Now, I have an image of a coffee menu where you can see at the bottom there, it shows you the flavors: caramel, vanilla, hazelnut. You would go and you would ask, can I get a cold brew with hazelnut in it? And that can lead to the more sweeter taste that you're looking for. It's a little bit customizable in that way, but cold brew is kind of its own whole section. So now, going from sweet, I'm going to go to bitter, which is espresso. When you bake a cake, you have flour, eggs, and butter, and you get a ton of them, and you put them all in a bowl. And let's say I want a vanilla cake. I take vanilla extract, and I take 1 tiny teaspoon, and I mix it in, and I bake my cake, and it comes out and it tastes like vanilla. Espresso is essentially the same thing as a vanilla extract, except for coffee. You grab a cup, and you'll pour your milk in, you'll put in your ice, you'll put on some whipped cream on the top, add your espresso, and it tastes like a strong coffee, which is actually pretty neat. So that way you're still getting a good caffeine content, but you can add more fun flavors and really make it unique to what you want. So FolgersCoffee.com says that espresso is made by using a quick extraction method, which consists of pouring hot water over finely ground coffee beans to make this shot of espresso. Very small amount of liquid. It doesn't water down your drink as much as a cold brew would. Now, I was curious what the most popular espresso drink is in Minneapolis, since I am from Minneapolis. According to Finances Online, the most popular drink from Starbucks in Minneapolis is a latte. So, what is a latte? A latte is essentially an espresso-based drink made with steamed milk, all mixed together, and a little bit of foam on the top. And that's it. Just milk and espresso. And Healthline.com was the one who told me that recipe. The cool thing about espresso and a latte with espresso in it is that if you want it sweet, add more shots of vanilla. You want it dairy-free? Make an oat milk latte. You want stronger coffee? Add more espresso. It is so variable to exactly what you want, and you can go up to the coffee shop and ask them to do this. Now, according to Coffee Stylish, macchiato is one of the best drinks to sip on while you study. Now, what's a macchiato? A macchiato is basically a latte, but the milk, the steamed milk I was talking about, is only on the top. How cool is that? And the last thing I am going to talk about, going from bitter to now light, is iced coffee. So iced coffee is actually one of the safest things you can go and get at a coffee shop, because they take the hot coffee that you're used to drinking in the morning and they just pour it over ice and add a little bit of milk. So it's not as strong as you would get like an espresso or a cold brew, but you know what you're expecting because that is what you're used to at home. And it is very customizable, just like the espresso is. Now, the main 3 points that I went over were cold brew, espresso, and iced coffee. Now, in conclusion, I hope you all feel a little bit less confused going into your coffee shop the next time you go to get a drink.